ones, and I think all you can do is categorize them into one category. All great goals.
You betcha. So for some more amazing NHL goals, let's go back to Dennis. Dennis?
Hey, let me ask you something. This angle remind you of anything? That's right. Bob Nyson's goal to lead the Islanders to their first cup. Scored right here in this very spot. And that led to 4 straight cups in a row. My favorite part of which, of course, is that was 4 years that the Montreal Canadiens couldn't win it. Like now, let's check out the real thing.
Comes into the center ice area. Islanders number 10 in it. To Tinelli. Here's Tinelli with Nystrom. Across to Nystrom.
You know, John and I had been doing this in practice day in and day out. Whenever we did 2-on-2s, we always did a crisscross. And 9 times out of 10, it didn't work.
I was coming one way, and Bobby and I was going the other way. And I got the pass from Lorne, and Bobby and I was pretty much in the same path of Lauren Henning, as far as I can remember. And we made a big crisscross, and it seemed to slow up their defense just a little bit, just a split second that it needed for Bobby and I to get in the clear. And all I had to do was throw the pass to Bobby and I, and he deflected it home. So just goes to show you, I guess, sometimes practice does work out.
Right after it was over, I mean, there just seemed to be 1,000 people on the ice celebrating. And the first guy that got to me was Sal Marciano, and I was just involved in interview after interview. You know, the guys would come over after we congratulated, they'd grab a hold of me, and then someone else would grab me for an interview. And I mean, the whole presentation happened, and it seemed like it happened so quickly, but I never got the chance to raise the cup. I never got a chance to even touch the cup during that whole celebration. And, you know, from my own standpoint, it would have been devastating for me had we not won another cup. I would have been destroyed in the fact that I never got a chance to carry the cup.
Go! Again, going in around the goal. Deneen out front, shoots, hit a stick. Comes to the line. LaFontaine shot. He scores! LaFontaine at the blue line. Here in the 4th overtime. Firing the shot and winning the series. Scoring at 8:47 on the 4th overtime period, and the Islanders pour off the bench, and the Capitals stand there exhausted.
Rangers changing. Matisse off for the Devils, plays it cross ice into the far corner. Beto swoops in to intercept. Beto behind the net, swings it in front. He scores! Beto! And the Rangers have one more hill to climb, baby! But it's not Vancouver! The Rangers are headed to the final!
The Bill Barocco goal that he scored against Jerry McNeil of the Montreal Canadiens to win the Stanley Cup in 1951. It turned out to be Bill Barocco's last goal. Over the summer, he was on a fishing trip, and his plane crashed, and he wasn't found for many years after that. It's a spectacular photo. Barocco is almost in a diving position. He's been upended. His stick is moving forward. Jerry McNeil has fallen into the net. You can see the puck against the mesh, and it was a Stanley Cup winning goal.
Dominic Hasek came in for Grant Fuhr at the end. We were down 5-2. You know, we mounted a comeback, scored late in the game to tie it up, took it to overtime, and I remember scooping up a squid. You know, somebody threw out an octopus on the ice, and I scooped it up, and I don't know, I kissed my blade, just, come on, baby, you know, it's time, hopefully, and looked upstairs, and somebody was with me.
Up to LaFontaine, he gets tripped up, gets it to May, and over the line, here's May going in on goal, he shoots, he
let's get back to the hockey guru, your host, Dennis Leary.
There's a guy who finally knows what he's talking about. Okay, it's time for probably the greatest goal of all time. And there's no arguing about this. You might think I'm biased, but you know what? We asked God, and even he agreed, okay? Bobby Orr's Stanley Cup winning goal, 69-70 Bruins. This is the most probably recreated goal. I know my 7-year-old son, all the kids on his team, they all love to recreate this moment. They hope that somebody trips them in front of the net and that they score. And as they score, they get to put their arms up in the air. I have a framed photograph of this back at my house. And I'm actually considering getting a whole wall, just completely one blown up photo of this. Here it is, the greatest goal of all time, Bobby Orr.
Westfall rolled it in front. Sanderson tried a shot that was wide, and Keenan cleared it but not out. Bobby Orr behind the net to Sanderson. Orr! Bobby Orr scores in the Boston Bruins have won the Stanley Cup.
I got lucky the puck came up the boards. I stayed in to keep it in, hit it back into the corner to Derek. Went to the front of the net, and Derek gave me a nice pass. As I was going across, Glenn Hall, the goalie, the St. Louis goalie, had to move across, and his legs opened up. And I'd like to tell you that I saw those legs open, and I turned the puck up on its edge, and I put it between those legs. But all I was doing when I received it on my stick, I just put it on net.
I have a painting of it at home I bought this summer. It's the goal, I guess they call it, but it's unbelievable picture. He's scoring, he's in the air, you know, he's flying through the air, he's scoring on St. Louis in overtime.
I mean, every time they show it so much, you feel like you were there, and it just brings chills. Brings chills, and every time you see that, you wish you were in a Boston Bruin uniform when that happened.
As Bobby Orr, their 22-year-old sensation, scores after 40 seconds of overtime, and the Bruins win the Stanley Cup.
Wow, every time I see that goal, just think to myself, that's the greatest goal ever. So guys, thanks a lot for tuning in. I want to thank all the guys all around the country. And I guess we'll see you next time. Hey, I'm open. Come on. Wide open in front of the net. He's waiting for the pass. My own kid won't pass me the puck. I paid for that equipment. Come on, give me the puck. Come on.
Messier gets it away. Here's Fleury looking for his first goal of the series. Scores! And Theron Fleury and the Flames are in seventh heaven. Came off his stick and bounced up, and he's Robbie trying to get off Ian Brady. What an effort by Ian Brady.
Hey, give me that puck.
I better see this one again to believe it. Now you just watch Orr here and Busick combine for this goal. Orr is down on the ice. Now watch this play here. There's the puck. Now here it comes.
There have been some good chances, especially by Vancouver. Hunter now in front.
Come here. Come here.
Francis was able to just between his legs, I think, put that puck right into the empty side. He did. Great hand-eye coordination by Ron Francis.
My dad flew me to Chicago to see the final game, seventh and final game, Montreal at Chicago. And Henri Richard went around Keith Magnuson and scored a goal. It was right in front of me. We had seats right in that corner, and that's a goal that I'll always remember because, one, it was a great play. Two, it was a Stanley Cup final, and it was a winning goal. And three, it was a special gift from my dad.
And away comes Quebec. That's trouble. Moving up to do. Sackett, short-handed. Shoots.
One of the best stick handlers in the National Hockey League, Joe Sakic, shows us why.
Come here. Hey.
Lindros coming for a shot. Right in. Score.
All right, that's it. No TV tonight. Oh!
Yeager. McLean on it. Yeager muscled it in. Yeager shot. They win. Jaromir Yeager.
You all right? You want to go? Huh?